So the third incident that really everything came to a head with us. So now I'm convinced there is something being plotted against me. I don't know what, which is frustrating, but I'm convinced that now one of my most loyal friends in the world has turned against me, and that puts anger and confusion in you, and on top of everything I had going on, it was not a good recipe, and I know I'm paranoid, but I'm trying to cover that up because you don't want people to know you're paranoid. So you're trying to play it cool, So the tension now after the whole milk and the phone incident is reached a peak with us, and so there were a couple little things maybe I'll talk about later, but I had noticed now he was leaving the front door open, unlocked, when he left, and he had lost his keys a few times, and he just asked the other guy for a key, get a copy made. But I think the tension was at the point where we were not really talking to each other, and so I'm downstairs, he's upstairs, and once again now, and I got this machete in my hand, and I'm convinced he's got, we cannot live under the same roof anymore. So I remember I had the drop ceiling, so I moved a couple tiles off so he could hear me clearer, because now I'm still convinced we can have these conversations through the floor. So I'm talking a little louder now, though. I'm like, hey, this ain't working out. So one of us has got to go. And I'm taking the back of the machete, not the blade part, and I'm banging it on the wood so he knows I'm talking to him, and now in my mind, he's hearing me, and I hear all this walking around upstairs. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, good. He's packing his stuff. Hear the front door open. I'm like, cool. Yeah, he's packed. I can hear. Like in my mind, I am actually, like, based on where I hear his footsteps, like I'm actually, oh, he must be taking a picture down now. Okay, he's packing up. Good. This is going to work out. So I hear him leave. I don't hear anything. I'm like, all right, let me go upstairs, because we were avoiding each other at this point. Let me go upstairs and see how much he got out, because he had a pickup truck, and I figured he was, loading it up and make a few trips wherever he was going. But as I get up there, I realize it doesn't look like anything's been moved. Now I'm like, he's messing with me again. He was just doing that so I would think he's moving out, and now he thinks he's playing a joke on me again. He thinks he's laughing at me. All right. So I said, okay. So now, knowing he doesn't have a key, I just locked the door, and I actually hung up in the living room. I had the bay window, right? So I pulled the curtains all the way open, and it was getting into nighttime now, and I had no idea where he was. Probably just anywhere he wanted to be, but in that house would be in here. And I see his truck pull up, and he comes walking up. Now, I also was convinced, because what I was yelling from downstairs earlier when he was upstairs, I was telling him, you know what? Because he had walked around that couch that time and tried to stand up to me like he was trying to intimidate me or something. So now my plan was I was going to take it up a level. The point was not to kill him or anything, but I wanted to make him think it was possible, so he would actually be intimidated by the prospect of us fighting it out with some machetes or some knives or whatever. So I told him, next time you step to me like that, you better have a weapon in your hand, because I'm going to have one in mine, and we're going to do it to the end. Again, pretty sure my thinking, I know it wasn't that I was really going to do it, but I wanted him to think I was. And who knows where it would have went. So in my mind, the next time we have a confrontation, there's a good chance he's going to have a knife or something in his hand. So my thing was, because I had this whole conversation with him about, I got a secret weapon, and what I thought was my secret weapon was I was wrapping a towel around my forearm, and I put a little book in there. So I could go right at him with my arm, and I'd be protected, and then I would get the better shot, and he wouldn't have any protection. And that was going to be my secret way that I would win this battle. So I got the towel. I'm sitting upstairs with the towel wrapped around. I got the knife actually on the ledge of the window, and there's a little lip about 2 inches, so he can't see the knife. And so now he comes up and goes to open the door, and it's locked. And he steps back. Now I got this shit-eating grin on my face, because I just feel like, yeah, now I'm messing with him. And he's looking at me. He goes, open the door. I just go, nope. He goes, now he's pissed. He's like, come out here and fight me. And I like, come in here and fight me. And so now he looks at the towel. And I don't know this, he never told me this, but I think he thought I had a knife. I had the towel because I was hiding a knife in there. But I wasn't, because he said, what do you got in the towel? I'm thinking, my arm in there. I got, I don't know. He never confirmed that to me or not, but that's my thought. So now you could just see he's steaming, and he's like, I'm calling the cops. And first he's yelling, and I'm just like, keep your voice down. You're gonna embarrass yourself. I feel like I'm in the driver's seat now. Like now, this is one of the first times I'm not feeling paranoid. I'm feeling like I'm having some fun for once. So he goes, I'm calling the cops. And I go, nothing lower than a rat. And he's like, he's just getting more angry. And he's like, now he's known my mother since we were kids, and he gets along with her well. And he goes, I'm telling your mother. That was the funniest thing in the whole thing, because I'm like, oh, don't do that. Like, everything my mother was going through with me at the time, that was not even going to that's not going to move the needle with her. That's the last thing she was worried about. Me and him were having a problem. So now he's frustrated. He knows he can't get in, so he just took off. And I thought to myself, oh, then he goes, the last thing he said, he goes, get the fuck out of my living room. And I just looked at him and I was like, oh, you mean my living room? And I just thought I thought I had really evened the score now, I was like, I felt better, and he left. And I'm sure when he left, he's like, there's no way I'm living with that guy anymore. That was another crazy night.